guys, welcome back to Astral Projection. This is Dan, and today I'm going to be talking about what sleep paralysis is, all these ideas around it, on pretty much how to do it. Is it safe? Why is it so scary? What happens to your body when this happens to you? How do you ultimately get comfortable when this process starts to happening? Pretty much I'm going to talk about that. So if you could give me the first question, Mr. Leon.
So Dan, what is sleep paralysis?
Sleep paralysis is when your body starts to fall asleep. There's chemicals in your body that when the sun goes away and the darkness or the lack of sun hits your skin and your eyes don't sense that there's sunlight, your body starts to hibernate and it starts to get sleepy. So if you ever wondered why you start to get sleepy at night and it's pretty early, it's because your body's not getting sun anymore. It's dark. So all these chemicals are going off in your body to tell you that it's time to go to bed. And ultimately, sleep paralysis stops your body from moving when you are asleep, so that, like, let's just say you're sleeping in a tree or you're sleeping somewhere where it's unstable, you won't just fall out. It's gonna like freeze up your body and pretty much make you immobile. That way you don't fall from where you are. That's pretty much what sleep paralysis is meant to do for on a very primal sense, is just to keep you handicapped where you are while you have fun in your dreams and sleeping.
How do you induce sleep paralysis?
Uh, Inducing it's pretty simple. It's pretty much a factor of being comfortable with your body, being comfortable with your mental state, and being calm, and being aware of you falling asleep while your body falling asleep anyway, while your mind still stays active. So a really cool thing to do is to, when you're up very late, like 12, 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock even, try meditating, and going to bed, and try to stay as awake as you can. Or when you wake up in the morning, try not to move at all and then try moving, because when you consciously awake faster than your body does, there's that lapse in time where the chemicals haven't worn off and your body hasn't awoken yet with your mind to start moving again. So, I mean, if you want to do that as a simple test, you can, but to induce it, just be comfortable, relax, start daydreaming or meditate while laying down, get really comfy, be active somehow with your mind, like listen to music or something like in the background, not in the front of your mind, but something that just lingers in the back with like low volume. And maybe after a half an hour, you'll find yourself that you have this heaviness going to your chest, and you feel like there's like a jacket on you. That's all normal signs that sleep paralysis is starting to take control, and that it's going to keep you from being, from moving around. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Why is sleep paralysis scary?
To a lot of people, sleep paralysis is scary because you're not in control. You wake up in the middle of the night or in the morning and you feel like you're not in control and you feel like you should be. And there's a lot of like reports of people saying that something is doing it to them, or they have no idea what's going on. They start freaking out, start having panic attacks. And this is a situation where your body hasn't synced up with your mind, like I was saying before, and people freak out because they just don't know what it is. And because people don't know what it is, they tend to just automatically assume that, oh shoot, like there's something going on. And you start hearing things, and once you start getting into this anxiety mode, you start to imagine things that aren't really happening to you. Whereas when I do it, when I wake up and I induce sleep paralysis, I know full on well what's going on. I'm very relaxed and comfortable, and I'm very aware that it's just a state of being that your body goes through to fall asleep.
How do you get comfortable with sleep paralysis?
Pretty much, I would say just relax, listen to music, try and fall asleep. If you're waking up to it, just relax. First, be aware that you are in sleep paralysis. Be aware that you're still in control, even though you're not physically. And if you want to get out, it's pretty simple. Just get really calm and just make that decision to move. If you can't move, fall back asleep. Try putting your attention somewhere else to where you're comfortable again. That's what I would say to somebody get comfortable. If you're one of those people that had a really bad experience and you're really afraid to be in this sleep paralysis again, it's kind of inevitable. Like, it might happen to you, it might not. But when it does happen to you, I would try to really focus on not being aware of it, and know that it's happening. But just put yourself somewhere else. Go to sleep or meditate or focus on something other than moving your body. Because the more you instigate the idea that you're not in control, the more you're not going to feel okay.
How is sleep paralysis related to astral projection?
Sleep paralysis is related to astral projection in the way that it's a starting process to separating. In sleep paralysis, it's all process to leaving and separating from your vessel. So sleep paralysis helps you get there just by the act of being one of the beginning processes of it happening. One of the first things I do when I start to astral project or before I should say, is I prep my body to leaving. So when you astral project, you have to have an alignment with your physical state of being, with your mental state of being, and they have to be aligned. Part of that physical alignment is making sure that your body is incapable of moving, it's sleeping, it's resting, and it's just your cognitive awareness that's being presented. It's your conscious mobility and not your physical mobility. You want your body to be immobile, you want your consciousness to be uplifted and aware. So part of that process, you have to go about sleeping in the normal way that your body normally would. And I'll get into the different states of consciousness that your mind goes through. But as far as sleep paralysis goes, it's a pretty important part because it keeps your body there and it keeps your body sleeping. It's one less thing for you to worry about when you're putting yourself in this meditative state, this hypnagogic state of consciousness where your mind's awake and your body's asleep. And that's very important because if your body is still awake, then a lot of the methods you'll try and use they won't work. They'll be faulty. And then you'll just end up moving around and you'll end up trying to repeat the process over again. So that's why sleep paralysis is important in that aspect. So that's pretty much all the questions I believe for this video. If you have any more questions about sleep paralysis, please drop them down in the comments below. And as always, please like and subscribe to my channel for more content. Please watch my older videos on how astral projection has affected me and my life, and what is astral projection. Really good videos. Check them out. This has been Dan, and you're watching Astral Projection. Happy dreams.